What is up, cool kids? I'm Cool Trader Gavin, and welcome to our team builder for week 4 of the GPL. This week we are going up against ThePhantom Michael and the Minot somewhere in Canada, Mawiles. Definitely go check out his channel. We have the same channel mascot, and we've been joking back and forth. We're gonna do some kind of Zangoose battle for months now, honestly. And we haven't gotten around to it yet, as I'm sure you've probably noticed. We will eventually, Michael, so when you watch this, be assured it will happen. But his team is actually quite scary. Let me pull it up for myself to see. So his team consists of Mega Alakazam, Clefable, Zygarde 50, Amoonguss, Chandelure, Alolan Muck, Cloyster, Umbreon, Galvantula, Uxie, Sableye, and Drampa. He has a lot of Pokemon that are just individually really annoying. Sableye used to be a staple on every one of my Battle Spot teams because Sableye by itself can win you a match just because of priority Will-O-Wisp, priority, recovers, things like that. And even though its stats are actually really bad, it's really hard to kill once it just starts burning your team. And with priority recover, it's really hard to kill. So Sableye can be really annoying. Mega Alakazam, obviously one of the fastest Pokemon in the game, in OU anyway. I think it's base 150 speed with a base 175 special attack stat, which is obviously something that is almost impossible to prep for. There's almost no way to prep for a stat that high. Clefable can do any number of things from, bulky support to setup, like Calm Mind setup sweeping. Everyone who plays OU at all knows what Zygarde does. Amoonguss puts things to sleep, prevents setup with Clear Smog, and it's just generally just kind of sits there and bees fat. Bees is not a word, not the way I use it anyway. Just sits there and is fat. Chandelure, really high attack stat. I think it's 140 attack stat. Very good Scarfer. So that's something I'm gonna have to look out for as well. Alolan Muck is super thick, being only weak to ground, which you'll see we actually have quite a few answers for. So I'm not super worried about Muck, but we'll get there when we get there. Cloyster is probably what I'm most worried about on this team though, because looking at, let me peep. So this is what I have available to me. I have Tapu Bulu, Heatran, Hawlucha, Mantine, Mega Absol, Kyurem, Necrozma, Donphan, Florges, Gourgeist, Heliolisk, and Garbodor. Nothing on this team can really handle a Cloyster at +2/+2/+2. I think, Mantine's decent. It's fat, it is immune to water, but Cloyster gets Rock Blast, which, wow, people outside are screaming. Which, even if it's not at +2, with Skill Link, that will kill Mantine, or at least do way too much damage to it. So my only option, I think, is to set up rocks to break its sash, if it has one, and then try and revenge kill it from there with Jack Black. But we'll go over the team before we get into any specific detail stuff. So we have Fringe making its debut, our Kyurem, running the Choice Scarf this week with Draco Meteor, Earth Power, Ice Beam, and Flash Cannon. Draco's just there in general for once the Clefable is gone, just to get incredible amounts of damage off on anything. Earth Power for the Chandelure and the Muck, Ice Beam for the Zygarde and for more spammable stab than Draco Meteor, and Flash Cannon for the Clefable. We have Boolin making his next debut on this team, just holding the Citrus Berry, because we're having somebody else have the leftovers later down the line. Oh, and Fringe, we're also running max special attack, max speed, timid nature, just to max out our speed, get as fast as we can. This English. This set does outspeed Mega Alakazam, the fastest thing on his team. It also outspeeds a +1 Zygarde, and is able to take a +1 extreme speed fairly well, if he does get the Dragon Dance up. And Draco, if we get, I think, 1 turn of Rocks damage, Draco is an OHKO on Mega Alakazam. So that's really nice to have. With Boolin, we have Woodhammer, Substitute, Superpower, and Mega Horn. And the investment on this one's a little weird. He is mostly an attacker, but he needs to be able to live a hit from Cloyster, I think. I think at the end of the day, that might need to happen. So that's what I'm going to have to do. So I, at first, just had max HP, max attack, but Specs, I don't know what I'm, English, Specs Cloyster OHKO'd with Ice Beam, and I didn't like that. So we will live, hopefully, it's a little bit of a roll, Ice Shard. If it's not boosted, we will live an we definitely live an Ice Shard and Icicle Spear. We will potentially live an Icicle Spear if he is not set up. But I took some out of attack and put it in special defense, so we will be able to live special Cloyster as well. And then Substitute, just in case we have it in on something like that's something that can't really touch it. Sort of like potentially Zygarde, mostly Zygarde actually. Umbreon we have handled pretty well, because Umbreon is really annoying to play against too, with Mega Horn and Superpower. We have Mega Horn mostly for the Uxie, honestly. Superpower, why do I have Superpower? I think, oh, that's fine. I had originally planned to run Fightinium Z Superpower on this, but I didn't like that after having played it for a little bit. So let's go we'll go Leech Seed, see how that works. So I think that might be a decent set too, because there's nothing that Bulu would rather click Superpower on in this matchup anyway. Yeah, so I like that. So running Leech Seed now, on the fly. So next we have Bessie making her return from, I think, week 1. Of course, it has to be a female. Female Heatran. We're running full Spadef Assault Vest Heatran, because Mega Alakazam really scares me, and even at +2, this will live a 1 Hydro Pump from Cloyster and OHKO back with Flamethrower. So, I'm really relying on this set a lot, because this set hardwalls Alakazam. It is not even 2-hit KO'd by Mega Alakazam's Focus Blast. It eats Clefable alive, Amoonguss, Chandelure, Alolan Muck, pretty much anything on his team outside of the Zygarde, this handles really well. So I'm really liking this defense. I've done a little bit of testing. We have Dark Pulse for, why do we have Dark Pulse again? The Uxie. We have Dark Pulse for the Uxie, Flash Cannon for the Clefable and just for General Stab, Earth Power for the Muck and the Chandelure, and Flamethrower also just for General Stab, potentially some burns. I debated running Lava Plume a little bit as well, just for the potential burn chance, but I think I like the added, like that 10 base power might not seem like a lot, but I think that's the difference between an OHKO on the Cloyster and not a guaranteed OHKO, I'll put it that way. And Cloyster is, like I said, the biggest problem to this team that I've found. Now we have Jack Black making his return once again, holding the Grassy Seed with Unburden, like normal, with Acrobatics, High Jump Kick, Swords Dance, and Iron Head. Acrobatics at +2 kills pretty much everything except for Zygarde, Clefable, Cloyster, and Umbreon. High Jump Kick is there for those things. Iron Head is for the Clefable, exclusively for the Clefable, because between these two coverage right here, those will, at +2, those will pretty much OHKO anything, besides the Clefable. We are max HP and max attack with 4 speed, And we are adamant, because even if his Cloyster gets to +2, we're still going to outspeed it with no speed investment whatsoever. We will outspeed any Choice Scarfer on his team. We will outspeed Mega Alakazam no matter what. So I figured it'd be just nicer to be able to have the +1 defense with the Grassy Seed, because I'm looking to set this up on Zygarde. You know, he very well could run a defensive set with Glare. That would really make my day sad. But nothing is going to want to switch into this. Nothing. So I think Hawlucha is going to be my win con here, just because, you know, I see Fringe being able to get a lot of chip damage and a lot of, maybe not chip, but chunk damage. Not really any KOs, just like chunk damage, wearing things down, for Jack Black to come in and just be able to click buttons. That is the game plan. We have Jane O'Lantern, our Gourgeist, making her debut, and it's not a jack-o'-lantern because I'm all about that feminism. And with using Gourgeist, we have used every Pokemon on the roster, which I'm pretty excited about. I like using non-meta Pokemon. But we are Gourgeist Super, whose base stats are 85, 100, 122, 58, 75, 54. I don't know why my neighbors are crazy. Well, in the Figgy Berry, this set is for the Zygarde. Because, you know, ideally, like I said, ideally I want Zygarde around for Hawlucha to set up on. But in the event that that can't happen, I need something that can handle Zygarde. There is nothing Zygarde can do to this set. You know, +1 Outrage, that won't feel good. But we can just Synthesis until he confuses himself, or we can just Will-O-Wisp, because we're guaranteed to live, I think, up to a +3 Outrage from Zygarde. And this is just kind of a fun set. Trick or Treat with Shadow Sneak. Trick or Treat is mostly just there to make some things switch. Because, you know, this adds the Ghost type, which makes Shadow Sneak always at least neutral to everything but his Drampa. That is his only normal type. Because it would make Shadow Sneak 4 times effective on Alakazam, super effective to Clefable, Zygarde, Amoonguss. I don't think it works on Chandelure, but it's super effective anyway. It would make it neutral to Muck, super effective to Cloyster, neutral to Umbreon, super effective to Galvantula, 4 times super effective to Uxie, and super effective to Sableye. So, not that I expect Gourgeist to be doing a ton of damage anyway. I really wish that it got Shadow Claw, but unfortunately it doesn't. The only other physical ghost move that it gets is Phantom Force, which is a two-turn move, and obviously not, you know, not ideal, especially for Gourgeist. If I had leftovers on it, I think that might be a little bit better, but I really like leftovers on Roly-Poly-Oly. But this is just the best way that I could come up with to handle Zygarde. Because at the end of the day, I'm not super worried about it, but it is still a really big threat that I need to take care of. So finally, we have Roly-Poly-Oly making his return as well on the leftovers with the Sturdy ability, with Earthquake, Stealth Rock, Rapid Spin, and Ice Shard. Ice Shard is there almost exclusively for Zygarde. He doesn't have anything with Sturdy. Potentially, it could just be to break Cloyster's Focus Sash if it has to come to that. At first, I built a team without any removal, and like, well, you know, his hazard options aren't great. He has Clef for rocks, and Uxie for rocks. So those are all his rock setters. He does not have any spikes. Alolan Muck might get Toxic Spikes. Amoonguss might get Toxic Spikes, but it's really rare to see that. So off the top of my head, I really want to say that they don't get them. But Galvantula exists, and if you know, obviously Jack Black is not affected by Sticky Web, but Fringe is, and having a Choice Scarf on Kyurem is really necessary just to get damage on Alakazam, maybe even some damage on Clefable for Jack Black to come in after that and knock it out with an Iron Head. even just to maybe outspeed the Cloyster turn 1. If I see Cloyster, there's a decent chance I might just lead Kyurem and click Draco. Like, that probably will be what's going to happen. Just because we do have other things for Zygarde, as well as other things for Alakazam. So, Kyurem is... Weirdly, Kyurem is my Cloyster deterrent, I guess. And then this is also helpful for Zygarde. I'm running a more Spadef variant than usual, just to make it as bulky as possible, I guess. Not really any other reason, just so I can, you know, maybe live an Energy Ball from Galvantula and then hit it back with an Earthquake. So I can, you know, live a Giga Drain from Amoonguss, potentially an Ice Beam from Clefable, just general, you know, I don't need full Fizz Def because that's what Gourgeist is for. So I think I've rattled on a little long in this one. I'm actually just super nervous for this one, just because our matchup just isn't very good. The last 2 weeks, we've been fortunate in that our matchup has been pretty decent, and even, you know, pretty much outright favorable to us, just based on our team compositions. But this week, I just don't feel that way at all, and I'm a little shook. But I guess we're gonna have to wait and see until tomorrow when the battle goes up at roughly sometime between 12 and 2. I don't know. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video as much as I did, please like and or subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and Twitch at CoolTrainerGav. And until next time, smile later.